This is Uncle Zeke talking to you. And a good day to Minnesota and Wisconsin and all the folks out there on the lakes this sunny Saturday afternoon. I'd like to talk to you about something that's been bothering me for some time, and I'd like a couple minutes just to be able to outline it. For over a year now, the parent company of Minnesota Power and Superior Water and Light is a company called Elite, and it's headquartered in Duluth. It's scheduled to be taken over and turned into a private company by the Canadian Pension Plan and a subsidiary of a company called BlackRock, Global Infrastructure Partners. And it's owned by the largest brokerage in the world, which is called BlackRock. This is a terrible idea, and for a lot of reasons, and I'm going to try to share them with you and see if you agree. Now, wait a second. Before you all glaze over and say, oh, just another boring economics something or other, and you bait the hook, keep in mind that the power companies and water companies are public utilities. They exist to provide a service to you and me in the places where we all work and shop. I am going to try to explain in a couple minutes why. These are regulated, first of all, these are regulated by agencies that keep an eye on the rates that you and I pay for electricity, water, and gas. This requires that their books be open to view by regulators and also to you and me. Now, when these figures are displaying profit and loss, and when a company is taken private, they are closed to any governmental or personal scrutiny. Now, just this week, the so-called future buyers of Elite agreed to it as a sweetener to everybody, agreed to this deal, and agreed no rate increases for 1 year after it takes place, and a lowering of the rate of return on equity from 9.78% to 9.65%. That's a blockbuster figure, folks. And this is touted as an instant rate relief now for consumers. But no, in terms of dollars, for every $1,000, the profit in money goes from $97.80 to $96.50. You might be able to buy some gum with that. A huge benefit, you have to agree. But after that year, all bets are off. Now, another reason is a great many folks invest in utility stocks, both in retirement accounts, 401k plans, and also for income during retirement. And in fact, these are called widows and orphans funds because they pay reliable dividends, and they're a big part of a lot of people's retirement plan. Now, when this company is taken private, that's exactly what it means. No more shares available for the public. You have a few weeks, in fact, to sell out at the price the company is willing to pay, and then the stock becomes useless. And all the growth and all the dividends are now go to the private owners. And in this case, like I said before, the Canada Pension Plan and BlackRock are, as I said, the largest brokerage in the whole world. For me and you, too bad. We once relied upon those dividends and that they once paid, but hey, come easy, go easy. And now when a corporation is taken private, very frequently the company that buys it has to sell off pieces in order to pay off the debts and increase the profit. Now, if Elite gets ripped apart in some restructuring and parts are sold off for the assets, this is going to be very, very bad for the city of Duluth, not to mention all the workers in the North Country and the union folks who would be out of a job. And you and me would be paying much, much higher rates for the electricity for the foreseeable future. And so I want you to think about this coming change, folks. The Minnesota Public Utilities Commission, which is in charge of such things, has taken note of these objections and is moving towards disapproving this actual merger. And all of us should as well. Let your representatives know that a large Minnesota public utility should remain just that, a public utility, and not just a dangling appendage of some faithless giant corporation that most of whose members just see Minnesota Power as a cash cow. What do you think? Let me know. Yeah, I'd be interested to know, and keep this in mind. Well, As Franklin Roosevelt said to Churchill in a phone conversation back in 1942, "Ah, Winston, my 3 minutes are up, and so are mine." Have a good one, folks.